Hey folks, Dr. McCarthy here, and I want to welcome you to my video. Today we're going to talk a little bit about nutrient deficiency testing. We've got some workshops coming up, and we're going to do these free in-office weekly workshops, purely informational. We share a ton of information with folks who are dealing with chronic health problems, and in leading up to that, I'm going to do a series of these Facebook Live videos. We'll have them over on our YouTube channel as well. Just kind of sharing information with folks, letting you know like who should be coming to these workshops, who needs this information, and it's really basically for folks who have been everywhere and tried everything, and your life still is terrible. You're dealing with chronic health challenges. That's who needs to come. So if someone you know or love is dealing with issues that they're just not getting well, taking lots of medicine and not getting well, they need to get to one of my workshops. So the section that we're going to talk about today is nutrient deficiency testing. This is a copy of a report that we've got. Basically, we test for 35 different vitamins and nutrients. And in our office, we use the mantra, we don't guess, we test. And the most expensive vitamin that you're taking is one that you don't need. So if we look at this here and we tested this person's vitamin A, and their vitamin A comes up, way up high, it's really in a good range, but they heard from a friend that vitamin A is really good for your eyesight. So they go out and bought a big bottle of vitamin A for $35. Well, they're taking something that they don't need. So if you run the test, it lets you know what you do and don't need. And the beauty of this is we'll put people on a protocol and say, hey, look, your vitamin D is very low. It's very common. Your vitamin D is very low. We put you on a protocol of taking vitamin D, and then you can run the test again down the road and say, yeah, it's gotten a lot better. Or, heaven forbid, we run the test again and it's jumped up just a little bit. Then we say, okay, you are not taking enough. We can increase your dosage. So we let the test tell us what we need to do. We check for all the B vitamins, vitamin A and E, vitamin D. We look at all the amino acids. We look at different fatty acids, the omega-3 fatty acids, EPA, DHA. And this test will give us a ton of information in trying to figure out how we're going to be able to help people regain their health. Folks that are dealing with like weight loss resistance, migraines, chronic pain, fibromyalgia, thyroid problems, autoimmune issues, digestive issues, IBS, kids with ADD, ADHD, you've got to get this test run. There's lots of protocols out there. It's like, oh, well, just, if a kid has ADD, put them on these vitamins. Well, how do you know if that's right? If you run the test, you'll know exactly what needs to be done. Issue that we have in this country, and I discussed this with a patient this morning, is that the overwhelming majority of our diet is processed food. And you ever see the words fortified? Fortified means that, enriched and fortified means that we've added synthetic vitamins back into something. And that's just not the way God created us to function. You can't use synthetic vitamins. I see people buy stuff at the drugstore. They bought a multivitamin at the drugstore. And every single one of those different vitamins in that multivitamin are all synthetic forms. So you're taking it, you're not absorbing it, it does you no good, and it comes right out of you. That's an expensive vitamin. I don't care if you got it on sale. You're not absorbing any of it. You need the real deal. So we utilize a natural whole food approach, and we utilize supplements according to what the test tells us you need. One of the things that we see is that in this country, the latest numbers show over 70% of the population is overweight and obese. Over 70%. That's insane. But that's because we're all eating processed food. And what's really strange, I need you to wrap your brain around this, is people who are obese are not healthy because they have nutrient deficiencies. And most people would think, well, they eat so much food. How can they be deficient in nutrients? The food that they're eating has no nutritional value. They're eating junk, processed food, fast food, Franken food, genetically modified stuff. You can't be healthy. So again, hopefully you find this information valuable. If you're watching on Facebook, like the video, share the video, like my page. And if you're watching on YouTube, same concept, like the video, and you can comment underneath and I'll reply to you. I reply to all these things. And if you'd like some more information on our workshops, I'll put the link down in the comments section so that you can get some more information on it. Seating's limited. We've got a small space that we do this here, but we do it every single week. And if you want some more information, just type yes in the comment section, and I will make sure that I personally get back to you. Take this information, share it with someone you know and love.